All right, Big Bang. Today is Tuesday. It is July 8th. Welcome to the Dog Walk presented by Barstool Sports. Snake Draft Tuesday. We are joined in studio by Tate and Annika. Thank you, guys. Welcome back, Annika. Welcome back, Tate.
Thanks.
My favorite thing to do. I love the drafts, putting some thought into it.
I like that because you're always like, I need time to craft a good list.
Yeah.
So
Does
I know,
everyone text you as much as I text you with that?
No, and I fucking appreciate that you do.
Wait, how many texts are you sending?
He just likes clarity. He likes to know
Who the fifth is.
Yeah, he likes to know what's going on.
He wants a full scouting report.
Yes.
So he can have a game plan.
Yeah.
Okay.
I told you I love it. I've been
Yes.
listening to this since before I was here. I love the drafts.
Yes. So thank you, Annika. You had a good debut. You've done two, right? This is your third? Maybe?
Yeah, you know what? It is my third draft.
Both red flags, I think you did.
Yeah. And we had Smokes on with her for the first one.
And Hannah did the second one.
Correct.
Okay, yeah.
So today, as you can tell by the title, for everybody listening, it is vibe killers. It could be a person, it could be a thing, it could be a generic.
A moment.
Yes. Pretty good. Did you guys have a hard time coming up with a list?
I have a list of like 16 things, and I think they're kind of all over the place.
Okay.
That's what I always get interested about is like, is there a clear one? I like when the topic, like your first pick might not even be on my board.
Yeah.
And I think this can be that type of thing.
This is it. Yeah. It's not like best cereals where.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. That's exactly right.
Yes.
Taking
It stresses me out a little bit, though, because I think I'm on a completely different vibe from you guys. So what I might consider a vibe killer.
Annika,
That might be my vibe.
that's why you're here.
I think she's the perfect guest.
Like, she's going to draft, like, silence, and I'm going to be like, horrible pick.
I have one in particular that I think you specifically are going to hate.
I love it. I love it.
That's good. Before we do the order, I want to talk about Game Time. There's nothing like getting to a baseball game, especially last minute. Lucky for me, I always use Game Time, the official ticketing partner of Barstool Sports. Game Time makes getting tickets faster and easier. Prices on the app actually go down the closer it gets to showtime. They even get exclusive zone deals. You let them choose your seats within a given set of zones, and you get a huge saving in return. You can put those savings back in your pocket and spend them at the ballpark on a hot dog, new hat, or some good old-fashioned Cracker Jacks. If you're in Chicago, you can get 10% off zone deals for the Cubs at home on Sunday, July 20th versus the Red Sox. Just look for zones 29 through 32 on the Game Time app. Also, it is Mark Burley Statue Day on Friday, and Saturday is an 05 reunion. I think Sunday. I think it's a whole
It's going to be an awesome weekend at Sox Park, so get your tickets on Game Time because they're going to be very expensive.
Guardian.
Hey, we'll jump on it now. Yeah, for the Guardians. Yeah.
Hey, you can come Saturday.
You should come Saturday with
Yeah.
us. We're going
We're going.
We're doing
a Miller Lite watch party at Mitchell's Tap.
Let's talk shop after.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, sounds good.
Yeah, this will be fun.
And you can come too.
Annika, you're
Annika,
open
come on
invite.
down. I just looked it up, Dave. So Sox Guardians tickets, Thursday $10, Saturday or Friday 22, Saturday 20, Sunday 18. Those are going to go up. So
Yeah, those are going to go up big time, so hop on them now.
those are great prices right now. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app. Create an account. Use code DOGWALK for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code DOGWALK for $20 off. Download the Game Time app today. What time is it? Game Time. Okay. Let's do the order. Emily, please.
A lot of
put
pressure,
number
Emily.
one.
Have you done this yet?
Have you done this yet?
No, it's my first time.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
A lot of
Excited.
pressure. Yeah, because who was it that bungled it?
I was here. It was the last-
Jacob?
It was the
Jacob.
dumbest thing I've
Yeah,
ever seen.
Jacob bungled it.
How
Jacob.
do you mess
Jacob
up?
got stage fright.
Yeah. I don't know what he would like.
He'd be like,
Someone
no,
would
it's this.
guess, and then he'd like tell the number. It's like,
And then he got in trouble. So then the next time he fixed it for Chief, and they're like, "Did you fix that?" He's like, "Yeah."
Yeah, he choked. He choked twice.
or Jacob panicked. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, now you're making me nervous.
No, it's not that hard.
No,
I didn't think so.
you guys are not the same.
Yeah. Annika, 1 through 5. What number is it?
2.
Yep.
Bullshit.
Oh.
No.
Okay. All right.
All right. What spot do you want?
You know what? I'll go first.
Okay.
That confidence.
Tate, 1 through 4.
4.
Nope.
Chief,
3.
Nope.
Dave.
1.
Yes.
I'll go second.
Fuck. There's a couple good ones, boys.
All right. 1 through 3 to me. 3.
Yep.
I'll go third.
This sucks.
Yeah, this sucks.
1 or 2, Chief.
2.
Yep.
I'll go 4th.
Fuck.
All right.
I'm hoping the age difference plays a
Factor here?
big factor in the first pick.
Okay. Without further ado, the Vibe Killer Draft. Order is Annika, White Sox Dave, Eddie, Chief Tate. Annika, you are on the clock.
Okay, this one's a very not me pick, but I think it applies to the audience here, and I'm worried one of you are going to take it if I don't take it first. With that being said, I'm going the home sports team losing.
I'm used to that.
Yeah.
Not my favorite pick, but a strategic
I think that's a
pick
good
out of
pick, Annika.
I get where you're coming from. I think it's a good strategy. It's kind of mine too. I'm going a little chalk early, and then I slide
Same
with
with me.
some good ones. So
That was not on my list, and I think it's because that is my reality. Like it's just
It's white noise at this point.
I am in a perpetual state of my vibe being killed by teams.
Can it even go lower? I mean, my team just won or lost the most games in the history of baseball. That's like a 150-year history.
Yeah.
That's a lot of baseball games.
Guardians have lost 10 in a row.
Yeah, they have.
Yeah. Good trip to Chicago. No, I think that's good, Annika. It sucks, especially when you go to a game.
Yeah.
Well,
you're
even if you
excited.
think about if you're in a bar and it's everybody's rooting for a specific team and that team loses, like
I think heartbreaking loss would have been the better way to phrase it. Because like baseball, for instance, your team's going to lose. There's 162 games, so every loss you're not living and breathing by them. However, like if you get walked off in the ninth when you're up by 3 in the ninth and the entire bar goes silent, that's fucking terrible.
That's like so specific though. Like home team, like picture every Bears watch party we've ever been to.
it's true.
They all suck.
Have we ever had a watch party where they've actually won?
The closest thing we had to a win at a watch party was Lovie Smith's Hail Mary to get the Bears the #1 pick.
Actually, it was a win.
Yeah.
In a way.
Yeah. No, I know. But it was a different.
It was
team.
but it was a loss. The Bears lost.
The Bears lost. Yeah.
It would be pretty cool to go through watch parties like records and see what the final one was.
The most memorable one was Cody's the Taylor Swift coming out party, where the Chiefs are up by 40 by the second quarter against the Bears, and then it was just like they'd show the play, they'd show Taylor
Swift.
they'd show the play, they'd show Taylor.
I thought that one wasn't as bad as the Eagles game where they lost. By
Yeah, I don't even know if that's close.
Oh,
to
that was bad too.
Yeah, that was.
Oh, I'm talking just of the watch parties.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Eagles when they lost. By
I wasn't
6.
at that one.
Yeah,
That was at State, I believe.
Yeah,
which
that
has
was like
been
Rebel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think this is stealing it, but playing off what you're talking about, because this is so niche just to us, but streaming and your team losing sucks.
Yeah.
Like I went to New York and we just got our
Dude.
dicks kicked in by the Yankees.
That national championship game, I was gonna murder someone.
That's I get to fucking
You
shoot
doing
confetti,
the
be a
confettis,
troll.
and then it was actually the people who were bothering me the most were Titus and Brandon Walker.
How
Because
so?
I'm like, they don't like you. I know you care. They don't care. So they were just like yucking it up, and I'm like, I'm sweating. Like this is miserable.
I feel that.
So you were fine with me, but the other two I wanted to kill.
Yeah, there's
I mean, I wanted to kill you too. The
yeah, totally. I was being a
confetti was
dickhead.
obnoxious.
I was being,
yeah.
but I also was pretty sure we were gonna win. So like, streams are just so dangerous. You can go in being cocky when you think you're gonna win. It sucks. I had to go to New York and we got fucking smoked by the Yankees every night. Sucks.
It does.
Yeah.
Okay, White Sox Dave, you're up.
I'm gonna go with this may have changed over the years. Annika, you could probably speak to this better at this juncture, but I'm gonna go with just someone who is just way too fucked up at a party. The most fucked up person there, typically a dude, sometimes a chick. Like a lot of times when it's a chick, they'll be like, I can drink just as much as you. It's like, really? No, you fucking can't. I'm a guy, you're a girl. No offense. But typically it's a guy and they're like screaming at the beer pong table. They're like throwing shit. Like that guy's the absolute worst. I want to leave the place immediately.
Yeah.
It's a chalk pick, but I think.
Oh, but especially when it's like you're just sitting talking shit, like you're just kind of casually drinking and somebody shows up and they're like at a different level.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah. Good pick.
I have a very similar one on my list, but different enough to where I think I can pull it. So I'm not going to speak on it for now.
Cool. Okay.
But I agree with you.
Yeah, and especially if it's, I think you hurt yourself saying party, because a smaller group that really affects the whole conversation.
Yeah.
Like if it's just a group like us, like 5 people, and one person is just hammered, you fuck up.
There's
the whole dynamic.
absolutely nothing worse on planet Earth than being around a group of drunk people when you're sober.
Is that what
But
you were?
I'll play. No, it wasn't.
thought that was
but
what you
I
were
will
hitting at.
play devil's advocate for this one. If it was a small group, like the 5 of us, chances are one of them one of them is the one that's too fucked up would be a very close friend of yours if you're in that small of a group. So then in that case, I feel like you don't get as annoyed because
Yeah,
your best
it's just
friend.
like, shut the fuck up, asshole.
Yeah. Like that's at least someone
Yeah.
you can be literally tell them shut up and it doesn't matter.
Yeah, but when it does happen, when someone breaches the group somehow,
Yeah.
it is horrible.
Man.
It's like, dude,
Shit, why don't you
can
just
we
chill?
fucking talk?
Yeah.
Get this guy the fuck out of here.
On that note, like I said, I'm going to keep going. Chalk, if you're in a conversation and the person can continuously bring up politics when it has nothing to do with the conversation, you are a massive vibe killer. Because everyone knows those people.
Everyone knows those people, and then a lot of times it's like you're afraid to even talk to that person because it's like then it just spirals.
You know where it's going.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, going downtown for dinner today. I want to go down there. This person got shot at.
Yeah.
It's like,
Dude,
shut the fuck
Every
up.
single conversation I have with my father. It's literally every
I
conversation
know
have with
the
my
fuck.
father.
Yeah, I know the fucking. I know.
Not having dinner in Garfield Park, I'll be okay.
Yeah. And I don't mind having conversations about politics, but it's like a time and
Time
place.
and a place,
This
yeah.
is the person who legitimately cannot help themselves but to round every conversation back to politics.
I in my experience with this, it is largely boomers
For the most
baby
part, yeah.
boomers.
I think so.
that get their takes from 30-second clips on Fox News or CNN, MRS.
I think the
They're
world
worst.
is so much more political than it was 10 years ago. In
I agree. With
I
that.
agree.
In general.
Oh, it's not an opinion. That's just a fact.
Yeah.
It's just like the person where like you go out to eat and they look at the menu. And it's like, oh well, prices. Like, when are we
Yes.
talking gas prices and price of eggs and who gives a fuck?
Exactly. I'm gonna get this.
I do give a fuck.
I agree with that, but like I agree with that, but like
Yeah.
that's their identity is what I'm
Yeah.
Yes.
Correct. If
Yes.
you can't talk about anything else.
That's like
Yeah.
the same type of people who they always have to be politically correct. Like if you say something, you're like, oh, you say something politically incorrect and they just like instantly kill the vibe of the like, no, you can't say that. Don't say that. You can't. It's
Yes.
like, dude, just shut up and let me talk.
For sure, that too. Yeah,
Stop being gay.
On the other end of the spectrum, yeah.
I'll take the chips and guac. It's like, oh yeah, you know how many Mexicans died making that guacamole? It's like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Oh, like they made it at the end of my table.
Yeah, you know what I mean? That's the kind
Yeah,
of shit that
yeah.
I'm getting
Yeah.
at.
Yeah.
All right, Chief, you're up.
Couple fighting.
Yeah.
Couple fighting if you're like at a, especially if it's like a smaller group, if you have like a dinner party or something like that, and especially if it's like the host couple, there's just like that tension all over the whole party. It just kills the entire vibe. So a couple fighting when you're being social.
Agreed.
Annika,
Ed, what?
Why
the floor is yours.
Why is the floor hers?
Yeah, 'cause she's
Everybody's
had a
been
couple-
everybody's been in this situation.
I mean, hers are more public.
That went over my head. I didn't know if that wasn't a shot at Annika.
No,
no, it was-
no.
You two
I
are
agree.
laughing
No,
like
no,
it's
no. I agree with
I was laughing because I respectfully you were naturally the next person
Yes.
to bring into that conversation.
Yes.
Got you.
And there was a little awkward pause in the conversation. So,
But
you know.
everybody agrees that this is.
Oh yeah, it's the
Yeah,
worst.
it's part of the
Yeah.
gig.
Like I'm like,
It doesn't
yeah,
even have to
sucks,
be at,
but
like-
also like my bad. Sorry to everyone who's witnessed it.
All right,
quite a
but
bit.
yours, I've never been out with the two of you. I don't-
You're lucky.
Yeah, okay, great. But like your one public one, I'm like, this is entertaining. So
I
it
was
didn't kill the
laughing.
vibe at all. So
But what's public one? There's been multiple.
I'm thinking of the one like on the yak.
Yeah.
Where like she had her rant. I'm like, well, he's dead. Like, he's a dead body.
I do enjoy the tweet ones though. If I could
tweet
put my,
ones are
if I could
funny.
put my hand up
Tweets
and
are funny.
admit that sometimes I do enjoy those ones.
The tweets always do numbers.
I know, yeah.
Saw
Always.
it. I saw it. You can delete it now.
Like great response.
Yeah.
Like, great response. And it was like, all right, couples fight. That didn't kill the vibe. That was like, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go.
That was great for the vibe, honestly.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, both of you. Good pick. What were you gonna say, Tate? You were gonna ask me or something? I don't know.
No, I just you lit up like a Christmas tree when she.
Yeah,
I didn't
just
really.
because I wanted to.
Got you.
I was ready to redirect all the energy to the couch. Tate, you're up.
Alrighty. I think this is different from Eddie's. I'm gonna go with the number one vibe killer is people with blue hair. The reason I say it is this: I wanted to say libs, but I don't want to like get the whole like political. Like I have no problem who you voted for, what you do, whatever. I'm specifically talking about the type of person that will stand in the middle of traffic to protest something and fuck everyone else's day up. The type of person who hears a comedian tell a joke and tries to get them canceled. I'm talking about people that can't just live their own lives and do things. Like, if you like something, do it. If you don't like something, don't do it. But people that fuck up other people's days because they are so into politics.
This is
Yeah, you just drafted what Eddie.
I think everyone knows what I'm talking about when I say someone with like the absolute
I don't.
libs. The people with blue hair is different than someone that always brings up politics.
I agree with
Yeah,
that
that's
1,000%.
true.
I actually love Tate's pick. That's
you.
my favorite pick so far.
Really? You're talking about the cancel mob.
I'm specifically
mob.
I'm talking but I think generalizing it with the blue-haired people are the type of people that will cancel something, that will protest and
like literally go protest.
yeah, but there's like do your marches and whatever. I have no problem with that. I have a problem with the people that are going to sit in traffic and then you have to fucking stop there. I have the problem with the people that are going to run out onto the court and glue themselves onto the fucking basketball court and ruin the NBA finals. Those
They
people
throw
stink.
ketchup and mustard on the Mona Lisa.
Yes.
Or on Big
Like,
Cat during the.
And you're like, I'm just in France trying to take in some culture.
Yeah, I feel like I know what you're saying, and I like the pick that you're trying to perpetuate.
I'm not
but
saying it well.
yeah, I don't think like the blue. I think
just
it's just
call
like
it
the
libs.
overly
Okay,
Or woke mob. I
just
think.
like yeah,
honestly, I just don't want to get in. Okay, woke mob, I'm fine with. I didn't want it. If we were gonna put this on the graphic, I was gonna say libs parentheses, not Democrats, libs.
I don't.
There is a difference. I've
That's
said
what
that
I'm
on the
saying.
show.
Like,
big difference. Yeah.
I don't even think that's it. It's just overly like a loser protest, like overly aggressive protesters. Like,
Then can I go woke mob?
if you want,
I'll go people blue hair or woke mob. I'm fine with either.
Woke mob.
that's fine with me.
Woke mob. I think
They're one
people
and the
get
same.
More people like
I was trying to.
they know what that means more than blue hair. I think because blue hair used to be like a term for like old ladies.
Really?
Yeah.
Have you?
I've never heard that.
I knew exactly what Tate meant when he said blue hair.
So did I, but
But like they need to be taking part in action though. It's obviously their general like aura about them sucks.
Yeah, I don't know anyone.
But
with
it's like
blue hair
what
that I
are they
like.
doing exactly?
you've dyed your hair blue before.
Fuck no, I
No,
haven't.
not even, like a 12-year-old, like
Fuck no.
I used to
like homecoming game.
What are you about to say?
what's that?
No.
Used to what?
Bleach my hair like piss yellow.
I had bleach blonde hair.
That was a
Okay.
You might have missed that by a couple years.
No, I know what you're talking about. I thought you were saying blue, and I was like, what the fuck?
No, I tried to dye it red in college for our conference tournament for baseball, but my coach wouldn't let me.
Damn.
Yeah.
Tate, you're up again.
Next vibe killer I'm gonna say is taxes. Taxes fucking suck, especially when you get paid for something and taxes aren't taken out, and then you just have to remember
You liked Eddie's pick, right?
people that bring up politics. I mean, taxes suck.
They do.
For example, like Annika, didn't you just win a shit ton of money for the
Annika and I did.
Oh, fuck yeah, Dave, you shut me down. But you just won a lot of money, and then you get taxes taken out. Sounds a lot cooler.
A third of it at least. 10 grand, so I'll get like 6,500 back. probably.
I brought this up on macrodosing when I was on there a couple weeks ago. Property taxes are fucking bullshit.
Dude,
The Donald,
Dude, like you never
45 and 47 just said today that he's trying to get rid of them.
you don't ever really own your
Anything.
land.
Anything.
You're like just rent. You
Yes,
I
you're renting
paid,
from yourself.
I pay the seller and the bank, and then if I don't pay the taxes, the government just comes and sees
Yeah.
it.
How do
That's
people
bullshit.
renting.
How do people afford property taxes in like the nicest? Like it's one you have your house paid
They
off
have
and you still
so
owe
much.
30
Dude,
grand
that's
a
what
year
I'm
in
saying. Like
taxes?
if I won, just call it 5 million, I'd be like, okay, I can buy $1 million house
Right.
now. But what if you can't afford the taxes on that fucking place?
Correct.
Because
The yearly taxes.
once it's paid off,
I think my
Should be
mortgage.
yours.
yeah.
No,
my mortgage
it's a
is
school district, like he's saying, where it's like you pay off your house, but your local and state property taxes.
No, I know it
Yeah.
should be there. You shouldn't be taxed on. I'm saying once. It's
Oh yeah, it's fucking bullshit.
yeah.
or on your employment. Why does the government have a right to what I earn?
So your labor.
Yeah.
I don't know. Listen, it sucks though.
Here's the thing.
I'm not even against taxes. 'Cause
No, I know.
When you call when your house is on fire and you call the fire department,
There are
they're not showing
social-
up with a bill, are they?
No.
Like that's why you pay taxes. I get that.
I'm fine.
It
paying
still
it.
fucking sucks to pay them.
I don't completely love the pick because I have it set up where I always get money back. It's
Wait
taken out.
Wait to the day where you don't. I had mine this first year.
I do
this
not.
past
I
year.
don't understand it
banged.
because I never change anything.
Man,
You make more money and I get less back. I don't get it. I'm paying more in taxes. Why am I getting less back than I got when I was?
It was a big time
50
vibe
grand
killer
different.
leaving there, telling me how much I owed. I was like, what the fuck?
Do you got a number? Can we say it?
I was like $3,500.
I vote. Yeah.
Crazy.
I vote
I
for the
haven't
last like
paid
6 years.
taxes.
No.
No.
What do you mean? You have to pay taxes.
Yeah, I know. I learned that a few weeks ago.
Did you get a little summons from Uncle Sam?
No, my dad called me like 2 months ago and he was like, you haven't paid tax. I'm not smart enough to pay taxes, to be completely honest. Like, I had no idea how to do it. So I told my dad I was just planning on not paying them. And he was like, that doesn't work. I was like, I don't make enough money for them to come for me. And he was like,
Yeah,
they
you
will
do.
come for you. And so my dad was like, I'll get a lady to do it for you. Just please send me over everything you
your
need.
stuff.
And I was like, well, what do you need? He was like, you need 1099 forms from TikTok and from actual work. I just got all that back to the lady. So they will be filed, just not.
You called
know,
yourself
yeah.
dumb for that. That's not you being dumb. That's you just being an American. 'Cause
I think the
people
system has seriously
like
failed me.
Tate, who worked in academia for years, didn't teach you proper.
That's true.
You don't learn that in
taxing-
school
That is a
at
fact.
all.
It is a fact.
I know.
But how old are you?
23.
Yeah. This is like your first real year.
This is my first real like job. Like I've done like the little dipshitty jobs, but my dad always claimed me as a dependent.
Yeah.
I'm so jealous of the people.
They'll
This is
come
their
for you
first.
because
But it's like the
What a
whole
life.
tax process, like every April, I filed an extension this year, but every April where you're like, I look at my paychecks, you're taxing it as we go.
Right. You
Like,
know.
yeah.
You know.
Like you already got your cut. I shouldn't have to pay more on top of that.
Sounds like a fucking vibe killer if you ask me.
yes.
I like it.
I'd take it back. It's a good pick. Taxes fucking blow. And
Actually-
what are they fucking going to, huh?
So far, I have
There's a goddamn pothole on my
I
street
have
right
libs,
now.
libs in Texas.
That's actually, even as a kid, you remember
Tate
like all vivid memories of our parents being so
Yep.
annoyed that they were doing
God damn it,
taxes.
tax
Like
season.
even at 7 years old, I know when tax season was.
Yep.
Chief.
So I want to take you back to, this is similar in a way to my first pick, but I'm surprised it's still on the board. But take you back to when you're like high school or middle school and you're over at a friend's house and your friend gets yelled at by their parents.
Yeah.
So like your parents yelling at your friend's parents yelling at them or getting in trouble while you're there.
I like that.
That's a good
That
good
was-
situational pick.
I was
Yeah.
going to bring this up when you made your first pick because it's kind of similar.
Yeah.
Just like awkward. Like
Yeah,
you're
it's
in the
super
middle of it.
awkward.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? You shaking your head like,
You're just staring at the
It's like-
ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like, okay.
it's like, especially when you're like making too much noise like late at night. You know that situation
Yeah.
where it's like the dad comes down, he's like, Eddie, shut the fuck up. I'm sleeping.
Like, whoa.
It's like, that was Tate.
yeah.
You can't
Well, how
yell
was
at
that?
Tate.
How is that as a teacher? Have you ever witnessed like
Yeah. So
that's probably
the worst situation is actually combined what you just said, your first two. It is divorced parents coming to parent teacher night. And it's like, hey, little Eddie here is he's not doing his homework. Yeah, he's probably not doing it on Mondays through Thursdays, huh? Because that's when he's at his dad's house. And then the dad is like, whoa, he's got football practice. Well, life ain't. It's so fucking awful.
Oh, that's awful.
that's got to be
So weird.
tough.
Rough one.
Yeah.
Good pick, Chief.
Thank you.
All right. Up to me. Before I make it, I'm going to talk about Blue Chew. Guys, enter the room dick first. Blue Chew isn't just a tablet. It's a cheat code for your crotch. Stronger, harder, longer lasting, like someone gave you your downstairs a pep talk and a gym membership. Blue Chew is the original brand offering chewable tablets for better sex. Jack could climb his own stalk on one of these beans. Guys, this isn't just about performance. This is about legacy or third legacy. Give her group chat something to talk about. You know, when you lay it down, they're talking about how it gets up. Nothing makes you more of a legend than a little Blue Chew. Discover your options at bluechew.com. And we've got a special deal for our listeners. As always, get your first month of Blue Chew free. Just use promo code DOGWALK at checkout and pay $5 for shipping. That's it. Join Blue Chew's mission to upgrade humanity one thrust at a time. Head to bluechew.com for details and safety info. And a big thanks to Blue Chew for sponsoring this podcast. Shout out Blue Chew.
That's a well-written ad, by the way.
Yeah, they know what they're doing.
was
It
good.
gets your attention.
That was good.
Great at.
Good job by Blue Chew. Traffic.
Yeah,
Traffic is a
Stole my pick,
vibe
Ed.
really good.
killer.
That could have gone 1-1.
Yeah.
Chief side. I'll say that.
I did sigh.
I'm reporting a side.
I like
I think there's a difference between vibe killers and things that suck.
but
And I would feel the same thing about taxes.
But
Like,
I'm imagining you're leaving a concert and you're ready to go to the next bar. You hop in the car, everyone's jacked up. You just saw the encore. Everyone wants to keep it rolling, and you're in an Uber.
good explanation.
Yeah, that takes forever.
Yeah.
I still think
And then
that your
everyone-
counterpoint was great too, though.
I mean, the way like that situation for sure,
Mm-hmm.
but just like your morning commute, like, does it kill your
If you know
vibe?
what's coming, it's not a vibe killer. If you're going to the big game and you're sitting in traffic and you're just excited to get to the tailgate and you're fucking sitting there for an hour trying to get in, that kills your vibes a little bit. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Wait, so to that point though, wouldn't you say then taxes aren't a vibe killer because you know they're coming? If that's the standard
I
of
think
vibe
vibe killers are you can say you make this much money or you win this much money or you win a gambling bet and then in your brain it's like, oh, I just won 10 grand playing Barstool Basketball
No,
Association.
you didn't.
Well, you just got 5,500 in your paycheck. That's where I think it kills your vibes.
Yeah. And that's kind of where I could change it to like traffic while going out or something. Because when
The way you explained it was good, but like things like that just were not on my
yeah.
radar.
But that's when I literally thought of it while driving today. Because I was
Yeah.
like, man,
This sucks.
nothing kills the vibe more then.
Okay.
Were you in a good mood prior to getting here?
I was excited. It's a big day. Interviewed Patrick Kane.
I was excited to
you know?
come here,
Like,
yeah.
yeah, there
I
was
was
a
like,
lot
oh,
going on
yeah.
today.
I also had like the brain. I need to get back in routine. Like this week where we're off.
Yes.
That how your brain gets between Christmas and New Year's.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what day it is. And
Yeah.
It's all like I needed.
To get back in.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean. No more wind is lost than stopping in traffic like that.
Yeah.
So many people that you get to the bar and everyone's a bag of shit. It's like, like sometimes you just need the party to stay exactly where it is. Dave, you're up again.
I'm gonna go with diarrhea. You got stomach issues. You're like at a bar. You're at a party. You're at a baseball game. You're at work. All of a sudden, you got the and
I have a way different list than everybody here.
holy shit! And Lance isn't here.
You're
This
just
morning,
pointing it out.
I got to office at 8 a.m. today for Cane Day, and I told Lance, I'm like, Lance, I had spicy chicken sandwich last night. I think I'm gonna have to leave to go home and poop.
Okay.
Didn't, thank God.
I do
Pepto
think
pill.
it is a vibe killer where it's like you have to schedule your day and what you eat and what you drink around when you can go to the bathroom if you have to go to the bathroom. So that does suck.
Yeah.
I'm actually really big on that pick. I like that pick a lot.
And I'm thinking of a great day. That's the context of what I'm thinking of. And a great day it's derailed by diarrhea.
Yeah.
Can't be.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's true.
You know, like imagine if you had diarrhea today and you had to really run out of that Kane interview because you had it.
That would suck. But like I don't know if that I would describe that as killing my vibe. I'd just be like, of course.
Your vibe was killed right there.
Yeah, but it'd be more like embarrassment than like a vibe kill. Like a vibe kill, like to me, it's like the air goes out of the room. Like a couple fighting, like all the energy. There's no one's having fun with it.
It could be, there could be group vibes or personal vibes. This is a more personal one.
Yeah,
Killed my personal vibe. Nothing is worse than diarrhea.
yeah, that's bad.
That's fair.
Back to Annika.
For 2.
Okay. I need to workshop this. Okay. Being forced into a serious conversation while under the influence, whether that's being high or being drunk, I don't care. I've gotten a call from one of my friends while I was high and I'm like, oh, this is perfect. I'll talk to my friend. My boyfriend just broke up with me. And then you're sitting there like, oh, fuck, I was just on cloud 9. What happened?
Yeah.
Serious convo while high.
Yeah. No, I think we took this
I like that pick.
Yeah, I took this in like the worst drunk guy draft, and it's like also kind of this isn't your pick, but it's also kind of the person that wants to have a heart-to-heart in the middle of a party, and it's like, whoa.
Any type of serious conversation. Keep me the fuck out of it if I'm drunk or high.
You got to be in a certain mood to talk about shit. Yeah, I like that pick.
That's a good pick.
That's a good pick.
Cool.
You got another one?
Yep.
My next pick, someone who is constantly yucking your yum. Whatever you say, they have to disagree with you or tell you that that's not good. If I'm like, oh, I really like this burger from here, and they're like, that's not a good one at all. I don't like that. Like, so anything you say, they're just not a fan of.
The overly devil's advocate person,
Yeah.
because that person can suck too.
Yeah,
Is
but
that
like
a vibe killer though?
it's like it's very annoying.
Yeah, insanely annoying.
I can do a different one if
No,
you
I
want.
think that's fine.
Yeah,
It qualifies.
There are people who you could tell they don't even like really believe what they're saying. They just are being contrarian just to do
That
it.
drives me crazy.
That does kill the vibe a lot.
Yeah.
For me. It's like, dude, like, what? Like, are you gotta fight me on everything I say?
Yeah.
I had a boss, and I swear to God, he started every single conversation with, yeah, but. It's like there is no fucking but in this conversation. Just say
Especially
yeah.
from the boss role. That
Yeah.
sucks.
I mean, he was hardly a boss, but he was in the family, so he was technically a boss. I didn't respect him like one, but every conversation you had, yeah, but the White Sox did this. Yeah, but the tribe did it. It's like, dude.
People that pick holes in
Yes,
arguments
shut
or
up.
ideas suck.
Shut up.
Solutions, not problems.
Yes.
Good pick, Annika.
Good pick.
Thanks.
Yeah. Dave, you're up.
Awful weather. It's chalk, but going to a baseball game, you're all pumped. It's like, oh man, it's fucking raining in an hour. God damn it.
I had rain on my list, so
Yeah.
I'm right there with you.
Yeah, I think you could have just taken rain, to be honest.
Yeah, it could be too hot, too cold. You know
Super
that's
windy. Yeah.
yeah.
You could power through that though. Rain
Yeah.
is
Rain is the one.
Sometimes rain's awesome.
I was gonna say the one
When
thing
you're
I would say
inside.
to but you, a good storm is fucking.
But you're not out in the storm. You're like
100%.
cuddled up on the
Correct.
couch
Yeah, watching
with
it
a
off your-
joint. Yeah.
Yeah. Just rain sucks. I agree.
Yeah.
Just rain definitely sucks. And bad weather when you have an event blows. But good storms are cool.
Yeah, I love a good storm.
Yeah. In the summer, a thunderstorm's like the most relaxing thing on earth randomly.
All right, now we're really getting into my list because I took my chalk. Now I want specifics. You have a 10-10 tea time. One of your buddies scratched the night before. There's 3 of you. You think you're in the clear. You're about to tee off.
Great one.
And up walks a fourth.
Random fourth.
Random fourth. On the
Oh,
golf course.
great pick,
Eddie, you should have
Ed.
taken that first.
That's a
great
great
fucking
pick.
Yes.
That's
a great-
blow.
Annika, I know I'm not speaking your language.
We had this
Not really.
with Faber a couple years ago, and I got stuck in the cart with the
Yes.
fucking random fourth guy
Yes.
who was as obnoxious as a random fourth can get.
Yes.
If you're, first of all, who golfs alone?
A lot of
People
people
do.
do.
I know
especially if
a
you're
lot
a
of people
member.
do.
It's like I'm just gonna get out there.
That's fine, even if you're a member. It's better if you're a member.
Yeah.
But you go to some of these public courses, and you'll get up there, and you and all your buddies are in carts. They prefer to walk. It's just always something.
And then you got to talk.
Exactly.
Yeah, the forced convo.
Have you
Oh,
ever?
yeah.
I feel like
You do.
you would be the one guy to like actually lay the ground rules. Do you ever get into an Uber or like in that situation and be like, hey, let's just fucking not. Like, let's not do the small talk. Because small talk sucks. So where are you from?
I've never seen.
Oh, Tennessee?
all that.
I had a tweet
Big
yesterday.
balls?
Dave, you kind of do this.
You do too much of it?
No, but Dave will be like, "Oh, where are you from?" And you're like, "Oh, do you know XYZ person? I played baseball with him." Like you're always trying to
That's
make that
Chicago
connection.
as a whole, though.
It's not a criticism. It's
No, I
just like
know.
that is a thing that I feel like you do
Personality
that.
trait.
You do that small talk all the time, where it's like, do we know it? Do we have a mutual?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Do you guys talk to your Uber drivers?
I had a tweet yesterday. That's what I was about to say. I had the best conversation with an Uber driver yesterday that I've ever had in my entire life. Going to Declan's to meet him up. I mean, that's like a 5-minute Uber. It's super short, but we got everything off our chest about Jerry Reinsdorf that we could possibly get.
Who
at that
started the convo?
I was wearing a Sox hat, so he did. He's like, man, they're bad right now. Jerry's just got to sell. I'm like, this is my fucking guy. I tipped him $10.
Sometimes I will.
$12 ride.
Uber
It
driver
depends.
talk and airplane talk. Like you get a seat next to someone.
I won't do
let's,
that.
Let's leave some
Sorry,
of these
sorry,
things.
Sorry, sorry.
But yeah, the fourth on a golf course. You can't be yourself with your boys. Like
Yeah.
you can't piss in the woods, and like no one's gonna like really care about anything. You just always you're a little more tense on the in the tee box.
More buttoned up.
Yeah, exactly.
sucks.
It ruined, and it's 4 hours plus. It ruins the time.
What was that
like-
guy doing that?
Dude, he was he would be like make comments about Ed.
Yeah.
Like, oh, like that should have been a 9. Like,
my
bro,
boy,
who
Ed.
He put an
fucking
8 on, who
cares?
cares?
Yeah, like what are we talking about?
Like I was obvious, like we went out with our friend from the Bears and it was like, I don't know, it was like probably maybe my 8th time golfing or
Yeah.
something. So I was like having trouble. So I was picking up a lot, like as you should,
Right.
keep the pace, like
Yeah.
whatever.
Which is
like,
honestly nice.
yeah,
Yeah.
rather than trying to hit it fucking a million
14.
times.
Yeah.
And the guy was like, "Oh, why is he dropping there?" It's like, dude,
What do you care?
I'm not playing to
Like,
keep a score.
I don't know what his handicap is.
Yeah.
Like, and that was like, oh, I'm trying to get down to a 9. I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, shut up.
Exactly.
Like, you
I hate
joined
that.
our group. You should have to assimilate.
Yes.
And we don't care.
But the ultimate vibe killer, random 4th in a golf course.
Yeah, that's a great pick.
I would, if I was at random 4th, not that I ever would be, because I don't think I could, like, I don't think I'd have fun golfing alone. But if I were in a position where I were the 4th, I'd be like, no, you guys just, I'll wait.
They don't
let them
let
go.
you.
They don't let you?
No, because then there's
Yeah,
a group
yeah, yeah,
behind
yeah,
you.
yeah,
So they're
yeah,
trying
yeah,
to.
yeah.
I just think it's like a courtesy thing. If you're with other people and they're a group and you're the one singled out, you should like fit into them.
Yes.
If they're the
Agreed.
group,
Assimilate.
you let them do what they want. You play by their rules, kind of
Yep.
thing.
But yeah, it's just not. It really does throw off the whole vibe not to keep
Yeah.
using the term of the draft. Chief, you're up.
I'm taking a sports one. I'm taking instant replay. So every time, like a goal in hockey or soccer, or like something that's called a touchdown on the field, and you're celebrating, and then you're like, oh, wait, we got to see if
Check
it
it.
was actually, it's like, let's see if his fucking nut hair was offsides 30 seconds ago. And it just like, it sucks the life out of it. And even if they like count the goal for your team, you like have a little secondary cheer, but you don't get like the full, like it takes away the momentum from the moment. I am getting to the point where I'm like, just no mystery.
We were talking to Kane this morning. This is coming out tomorrow. So Monday morning.
Friday.
And he had that, how I remember it, he had that like buzzer beater, and that got overturned, right?
The
by-
Vegas game?
By like this
Yeah.
much.
Yeah, it was like his last home game.
Exactly.
In Chicago,
Right.
And he got a breakaway in overtime with like the clock running down. He hits a
Sniped
slap
it.
shot.
Yeah.
Goes like crossbar it in, and and it was like, I was there. The place exploded. It was awesome. And then they review it and review it and review it, and they're like, well, the whole puck wasn't across the line, when it was like, that's a fucking goal.
Just give him the
That's a fucking
Yeah.
goal. So then they take it off the board. They go immediately to shootout, and they lose in a shootout. But it was like that, you erased like an unbelievable moment by like, who knows if like, I don't even trust the clock is synced up with the, to me, I think it's the worst in hockey and soccer, but basketball has gotten bad too.
I was going to say, first of all, Chief, I'll give you credit. You have done a good job hitting the vibe killers. Like, this is the vibes
Yeah.
get killed when they have to go to the instant replay.
Correct.
But I would say not even the example you guys are using. I think a better example is when the play stands. Like, if you hit a game winner in basketball, you've taken off the storming the court and dogpiling.
True.
Because everyone has to go back, and you know damn well it was good. Think about the one where the light buzzer's up, it's already out of his hands, you know it, but they still go to the replay, they check it out, and then they come out and say, it's good.
Yeah.
And the crowd is just standing there being like,
We told you it was
fucking
good.
know
Yeah.
it's good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think instant replay, especially home crowd called it's going to stand, kills the vibes. And it's like, let us have that moment of everyone just going nuts and
Jubilation.
storming everything.
Yeah.
Annika, tell us why you're for instant replay, please.
Why I'm for instant
I'm just
replay?
kidding. I know you're not.
I'm like, sports?
Tate.
All right, this one actually is directed at my good friend Chief, because
Okay.
his team fucked me in this situation. His Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Tailgating and then going in to a no alcohol stadium
That's tough.
is fucking bullshit. You get hung over in the second quarter.
During the game, yeah.
Especially if you go, so I was there for the one where we punched it in on the 10-man defense. And what was that? That was a night game.
Yep.
So you get down there and you are tailgating from literally 8 a.m. till 6 p.m. and you are hammered and you walk in my opinion, poor planning on my part, but then I find out that there's no alcohol in the stadium.
Yeah.
That's tough.
I feel like they're changing that rule.
I have a question about this. Do most people bring in shooters or something?
People sneak in
I would
like a
sneak in,
flask
yeah.
and
Okay.
So the key to this is to root for a team that's a loser enough organization where you can buy 2 tickets to the game and then go tailgate at halftime like I do.
Oh, I've never heard that.
I do it at
That's a
Northwestern
good
games.
life hack.
Tate,
That's genius.
I am happy to announce that as of April 2025, Notre Dame will now be selling alcohol at their sporting events.
I think it used to be a not federal rule, but NCAA rule.
It
where you
was a
couldn't-
college rule.
Yeah.
I mean, Nebraska this year was.
I went to a Tennessee-Florida game in Knoxville, and it was hot. And same thing. It was like a 3:30 CBS kickoff, and you're drinking all day. I saw multiple people on my way to the seat that were already getting stretchered out because they were like having reaction, like going through withdrawals from drinking all day in the heat. And then you get up there, they have to stop drinking, and the people are like,
I need to hydrate.
correct. So they were like dying in
something.
the stands from no alcohol. So it's really dangerous to take alcohol away from people.
No alcohol stadium is a good pick.
Yep.
You're up again.
All right, I'm going back to sports. Kind of what Chief said with instant replay, where it's like, hey, the place is going nuts, and then it's like, holding penalties. I think when you're watching a game and your team scores a touchdown, and especially when you're either live and you don't see the yellow flag, or when the TV operator fucks you. What, am I wrong here?
No, you're right.
Oh, okay. The TV operator fucks you, and you're celebrating, and then the penalty drops up. I think holding penalties kill the vibe of the stadium.
They definitely do.
They do.
They definitely do.
God, there's a flag.
God damn it.
Yeah.
Specifically holding. Holding is
That's the
like-
one.
because you can
Yeah.
call it every play if you want.
You're right.
Is this in stupid question? Is this a football specific?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Good question though.
That is a good question. That's a good pick, Tate.
Thank you.
It is a massive vibe killer once there's a big play and it gets called back.
Holding penalties.
Chief.
So Tate was kind of tipping my pick on this one,
Sorry.
but people trying to talk to you. And I don't care what, like, if you are not in the mood to have a conversation, so I don't care if you're like with your girlfriend and you have a game on and she's trying to talk to you. The airplane guy who's like, you put a headphone in, like, that's a signal. Don't talk to me. But I've had people, like, I had a guy try to like read me the Bible on a flight to Colorado one time. But like that they'll like tap your arm or tap your shoulder and be like, you know, trying to start a conversation with you. Like, no, like my headphone means I'm not talking to you.
Universal.
So I don't mind the Uber conversations as much, but in general, anytime like people are trying to make a conversation happen where it's just like, I want silence. So people trying to talk to you.
That's as relatable as it gets. Chief, that's a good pick.
Thank you.
It's a good draft.
I think I'm having a strong.
Well, the problem with you and Eddie is that your guys' best picks have come late so far. Random
Really?
fourth.
I think couple fighting and
It is a vibe killer, but
Yeah.
people talking, I think random fourth was probably the best pick of the draft.
random fourth was a great pick.
Yeah, the only thing I don't like about this is it just depends on my mood. Like, I don't mind if I'm in a right mood, but it does kill your vibe if you're like, dude, I'm trying to do anything than talk to you right now.
Yeah.
Stop.
Stop. I just don't like it.
I do appreciate how Uber, they offer, like, do you want this to be a conversation-free ride?
Is that true?
They only do that on Uber Blacks.
Is that what it is? Because sometimes I'll see it, sometimes not,
No.
I feel like.
It's
Yeah.
Uber Blacks.
I do hate how Uber automatically assigns you Uber Blacks now. You got to go to the second one for the cheaper option. If I'm
Do
going
they?
5 minutes away, I'll take a Ford Focus. I don't care. Like, I don't need a $8,000 SUV.
I'd say it's how many percentage of Uber drivers who talk to you? I'd say it's like 50-50.
I think there's some people that drive Uber because they want to talk to me.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Probably.
Stink.
I'd say less than 50. Is it different for girls? Like, how many out of 10 Ubers are getting in?
I'd say it's probably about 50-50.
Okay.
Like I had one recently on the way back from the airport. I put my headphones in because it's an hour-long ride. I don't like small talk with people typically. Put my headphones in. He kept turning around for me to take off my headphones and he'd be like, "So what are you up to today?" I'm like, "Dude, I'm just trying to get home. I've been on a flight for fucking 7 hours."
That's too much.
That's, yeah.
An Uber driver, any ride share, limo driver, doesn't matter. they should know that it should be illegal for conversation starting to occur on the way home from the airport.
Well, especially I had my like big headphones on. It wasn't AirPods. It was big headphones. You can tell.
Yep.
You're trying to zone out. All right, I'm up. Before I make my pick, I want to talk about Rowback Activewear. You guys all know how much we love Rowback. It's now getting to be summertime, and Rowback is ready, fresh off their All-American Summer Collection release. It's not summer unless if you're wearing red, white, and blue. Rowback's polos are made for summer. If it's hot, no worries. Moisture-wicking materials. If you're golfing, no worries. Stretch fabric for any swing. If you're trying to look good, the best designs. Second, Rowback has the best shorts. Their everyday shorts are our favorite. They have a nice look in a clean short, but comfortable of a casual shorts, and with a stretch waistband and stretch fabric. Finally, Rowback's hoodies are still our favorite hoodies. That's all. So use code DOG on rowback.com for a generous 20% off for all new customers through the end of this week. That's spelled RHOBACK.com. That's 20% off all polo, shorts, hoodies, and more with code DOG. Can't recommend it enough for a polo to golfing. They're great.
They're
And
the
the shorts.
best. Yeah.
Yes, the shorts are great too. So I made a golf pick. If you're a fourth and you show up
At least
in Rowback, I'll at least know, be like, all right, you're a man of fashion.
Okay.
So go get the Rowback and use that promo code. All right, back to me. I'm going to go with the bad etiquette blackjack table guy. Hate it. And I'm not even just saying from the book standpoint.
Okay.
If you're drunk, if you're with your friends and you're not paying attention, there is so many things that can ice a gambling table, and you kill the vibes. I have to pull my money and I have to get up
Yeah.
if you're too
That's
much.
a good pick too.
And
It's
I want
like
to
a juju thing.
Yes, exactly. And I want to be clear, it's not just about the
Where do you
book.
stand on the book? Because I think that's an interesting.
I stand on the book heavy, I'll be honest with you.
Totally.
I do too.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
there's bad etiquette is such a vibe killer. I would say I get annoyed if you're playing at the table minimum. Like if I'm like at a $15 blackjack and we're all playing $15 and I don't go by the book, and then there's the person right there like, oh, it's like, all right, buddy, then play for more than $15. I'm allowed to.
That I
Yes.
agree too.
Yes.
If you do it at a high roller table, you're a fucking asshole if you fuck the guy next to you. If we're playing for $15 and you get mad at me because I stayed on something that I want to stay on,
You had a feeling.
that you can play blackjack how you want to play blackjack for the minimum of the table.
Sure.
Yeah.
I agree.
If-
but
that's a good point, Tate.
it is tough when you have more out there and they're playing minimum.
Totally.
That's yeah.
And you're like, come on, man. Like you can't just like do the
That
right
was my
thing.
fucking face card.
Exactly. Like I'm about to double down with aces and like I have a lot out there. Like you can't just
Yeah.
play the $10. Like that sucks.
It's fair.
So yeah, bad etiquette is
Bad etiquette's-
the worst.
I
You
used
just
to
gotta
play
get up.
a lot, not a lot, but a few times a year I'd go out to Aurora to play poker there, and it was $1-2 poker. The pots were usually like if you won a big pot, it was like $100, you know?
Yeah.
So not a ton of money, and you'd see a lot of the same people there. When you like, I just saw you 3 months ago. What are you doing here again? Well, I'm here, but anyways, they wear the fucking glasses, they wear the headphones, they wear the hoodies over there. It's like, dude, you're not fucking Chris Moneymaker.
Yeah.
You are not a professional. You're
Chill.
playing 1-2 poker. Shut up.
Chill.
Chill.
Yeah. I was initially going to take another gambling related pick, but it's kind of in the same field. And I think the guy could just ruin it so much.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And the blackjack table is about vibes. You got to have good vibes.
You do.
Yeah.
You
It's
do.
essential.
You need good vibes. Dave.
I'm gonna go with you're at a bar with like 10 guys, you're all having an awesome time watching a game, the guy shows up with his girlfriend.
I had that on my list.
And it could be the same thing for you guys, you know, drinking tea.
Whatever you guys
sewing
do.
and,
Whatever
you
chicks
know,
do.
whatever chicks do, and the guy shows up and it's like, what the fuck's he doing here? You know?
Hate when they show up to tea time.
Yeah, exactly. I would too. Yeah.
Just trying to have high tea with the girls.
Right?
Yep.
That's it.
Yeah.
I would have actually loved to see you do that sometime and see him adapt in that situation.
Like,
Take Dave
does
out
it
for
really
tea
seem
or
like
smoke?
my vibe to be doing tea time?
No,
No.
I want to say so.
Or pillow fights, or is that
Yeah.
what you guys do?
Dave, this is a really good pick.
Great pick.
Yeah.
That was going to be my next pick.
Guy who brings his girlfriend to guys' night? Is that? kind
Yeah.
of-
It sounds kind of gay.
But I get what you're
That a
saying.
guy would bring a girl to anywhere, but but yes.
No,
Like
but
that.
it's
Well, it's like
true.
it's like the couple that's attached at the hip. It's like, holy shit, can we not have 2 seconds with friends? Like you have to have
And
significant other with you.
you're just not gonna let it fly the same.
Yeah, that's the point.
You
Yeah, it's
change
like,
the
oh,
dynamic of the
yeah.
conversation.
Right.
Yeah,
It's like the drunk person.
correct.
You're up
And
again.
she could be great.
Annika.
She probably is great.
She probably is.
Yeah.
I don't want her to.
Just not at that moment.
Yeah, just get out of here. Just leave. That's what I would do.
Yeah.
If like I got brought to that situation, I would be like, you know what? You guys have fun. I'm gonna go sit and
That's
stay.
very considerate of you, Dave.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you also never wanted to be there to begin with.
No.
Yeah.
She did.
Yeah.
Okay, for my pick, this is not a targeted one, I promise, but when your ex walks in, whether you're at a bar, you're at a house party, wherever, ex walks in, you're like, oh, fuck me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that would be unanimously
You're at the
agreed upon.
office. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like, what are you doing here?
Just sitting at my desk.
Isn't this month over yet?
The ex walks in. What the hell?
Yeah, that's a great pick.
Your vibes change. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you?
You tighten up a little bit.
Yeah. You with
Didn't
someone or they with someone?
You have a date and you sat right next to.
Oh, that's happened a few times. Yeah.
Like I remember, I forget the restaurant you told me, but I'm like,
It was
those
at-
tables are literally.
It was at
like
Enoteca
separate-
Roma, which
Yes,
is right
on
down by
Park.
Lincoln Park Zoo.
Yeah.
And it wasn't an ex, it was just a girl I had hooked up with, but she was like the next table was like me to Tate.
Yeah.
So I was sitting across from my girlfriend, and then she sat down right next to me. And I'm like,
This is awkward.
That sucks.
yeah.
Wait, what do you even do in that
Yeah.
situation?
Do you mutually agree to?
No, like we were like, oh, how you doing? You know, because like we met working like this part-time job, and whatever. So then it was like you talk for like 2-3 minutes, and then you just like
Stare.
horse blinders on for the rest
But
of
then
the time.
in theory, wouldn't your girlfriend ask, oh, who is that? And then you have to
Yeah.
explain.
That happens.
Yeah, that has happened.
Oh,
Yep,
Did you lie or tell the truth?
I always tell the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then it like killed the vibe on the Uber on the way home too.
It sure did.
The only opposite of this is they have that same feeling. Right.
That girl,
Yeah.
Well, whoever it is, your
Yeah.
ex
She
feels
was
the
with a
same
guy,
way.
I'm
Yeah.
assuming.
she was like her fiance or husband or
Yeah.
something. Yeah.
And you instantly both start strategically planning your exit.
Yes.
I mean, it was like if we had like an 8:00 reservation, they had like 8:05.
Oh,
Like they came in and sat like, and then we were sitting again from me to Tate for an hour plus.
Oh,
gotta move tables.
Yeah,
I would have had diarrhea. I would have that would have been the time that diarrhea works in your favor. Like I would have made up diarrhea, been like, babe, I gotta go.
Yeah.
Diarrhea.
Yep, that sucked. That was not fun.
Annika, your last pick.
okay, this is hard. I'm choosing between 2 for last pick. Against my better judgment, I'm gonna go screaming kids. I don't think it matters. I don't fault the parents ever. It is never the parents' fault. I understand kids
Might be their
screaming.
fault.
However, it's very frustrating on planes listening to screaming kids. If you're at a nice restaurant with screaming kids being the parents don't even want their kids screaming. No one wants screaming kids. It kills the vibe. It puts everybody in a bad mood.
Good pick.
It's one of the best picks
That could have gone in the first round.
It could have.
Okay, great. I'm glad I chose that one.
That's actually now this might be one of these facts that I heard that might be completely wrong. It made sense and I tell it to everybody when I have the opportunity to. But it's a evolutionary trait, crying, because like other animals don't really do it. Other mammals, it's so they annoy the shit out of people. So
Oh, probably.
they get the attention that they are craving or whatever. It's an actual evolutionary trait that babies cry.
They're just communicating their needs, and they're not wrong. They need something.
Or
If
they
it's
might
a
not.
if it's a baby.
You're saying other animals don't whimper when they need something?
Not like Americans, humans do.
I mean, fair.
Don't dogs cry?
I would say bark and cry.
Yeah.
I know the only one I was thinking of was dogs. I don't know what other animals.
My dog will. Like if I leave the house at a time,
Dogs have also evolved with humans.
That's
over
true
the
too.
last,
They used to not have like
yeah.
facial expressions.
Now my dog absolutely has facial expressions.
Yeah, but
Absolutely.
that's like a learned.
Right.
Yeah.
Over the last since
We've
we've
been breeding
domesticated
dogs. Yeah.
I would love to do a show with you, Dave, on the evolution of dogs.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
Can we do that?
Yeah. Will you do research?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I'll later in the week. Let's do it. I would love to do that. There's
All right,
actually
but you got like how much research are you putting in this?
I think he's
He gets to bring Ace though. and Ace has to sit on your lap.
That's fine.
He's a lap dog too.
He is.
I corralled Ace a couple weeks ago.
That is true. Not a good guard dog though.
No, he's not. He is not. I walked right into his house.
The we can't do that. I think he's a mega douche, but Neil deGrasse Tyson has an awesome like 20-minute segment on the evolution of dogs that you can look up on YouTube.
Yeah.
In his Cosmos series.
I try not to think about that too much
What's that?
because think of all the different, like, how do we do that? They were all wolves, and then we made a little Chihuahua. We made and they have like, and it's just because we're like, you're gonna fuck that dog.
Yeah.
We're gonna see what we're gonna get.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Screaming kids.
Screaming kids.
Dave.
That's one of the best picks of the draft. All right, it's the 5th round. I can go more chalk, I think. Just bad music wherever you're at.
I was
Yeah.
choosing between Bad Ox or Screaming
Yeah,
Kids.
bad music. Yeah.
I had the person like picking the wrong song.
Yeah.
Like if you're on a road trip or you're like at a house party and something, like everyone's vibing and someone just puts on like a mood changer and just like,
Nah, this isn't the time or place for that.
Dave, you're very good at this, I would say.
I'm not. Wait, good at playing DJ or good at? Typically, I am. I know the vibe, but I am guilty. Like in Nashville a couple years ago, I was guilty of picking bad songs. Dante and I got into that argument because you're not supposed to request from DJs like songs to play, but this was they were holding up their Venmo saying, "Hey, if you pay us, we'll play your song." So I requested "Love Shack" by the B-52s, and that wasn't.
I brought that up before. The jukebox demanders, like the people who demand like their phones on the aux, like that's like, dude, stop.
Whoever riding shotgun is supposed to run that, in my opinion.
Yeah, but even just like at a party or something.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this was on my board. It was early chalk, but I went against it.
Have you guys ever been playing music, or it's a good part of a movie and someone accidentally hits the remote?
Oh, brutal. Or that can happen in a game too.
Yeah.
Like, I've been in a cave before where somebody tripped something, and it's like we're on the goal line, and now I don't know what's going on.
Turn on the fucking game.
Well, that was like the there was a commercial where they tried to make it look like it was during the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Remember?
Oh,
that commercial?
yeah,
They wanted
yeah.
to make it look like that because everybody freaked out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I do remember that. That was smart of them,
It got me.
but I don't remember who the ad was for, so I guess it didn't work.
It's to me, you go out with your buddies and you're at the bar and you're having a good conversation and you have an overly chatty bartender. Kills everything. The bartender who won't walk away, won't go to the other side. If you haven't had this done to you, then I don't know how much you go to the bar, even though I know you go to the bar a lot, but an overly chatty bartender it kills the conversation. Granted, we're kind of directionally taking the same thing on a few of these, but it just happens so many times where the bartender just will post up there and we'll be like, dude, we just want to talk to each other. We don't want to talk to...
You're not in our group. We're
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
someone who's not in your group kills.
Yeah, I don't
Exactly.
I don't think you shouldn't have left it at bartender. Like
I think bartenders they can
that's
be...
the one place like where me personally at least I kind of expect the small talk with the bartender.
If I'm alone or if I'm with one person, I have no problem with it. But if you're with 4 people, it could be too much. Or even one person, if you're with another
But
person.
at that point, are you sitting at the bar?
With 2 people?
Well, 2 people, yeah.
2 people.
Even 2 people, though. If you're trying to talk to them and the bartender just won't stop
Yeah, I
talking
agree.
about sports or talking about whatever.
Do you think that happens to you more than the average person?
I was
going
going
to
to guess that too.
Yeah, it definitely does.
Yeah.
It definitely does.
Maybe because I went to what's the fucking scary bar? The one at the old office. Why am I blanking on it? It's a great dive bar. I went to L&L. And even the bartender there, and I was with a girl, and then the girl said that I worked for Barstool, and she was like telling me about some skateboarding hockey league, and I'm like, I don't care about this. I would rather talk. That's the kind of shit where it's like, oh,
Yeah.
did you hear that? Sucks.
You were with a girl and a bartender was like that?
Yes.
That's like That's really fucking annoying.
Yeah.
That is,
Like you're with opposite gender and you can't catch a hint that like
Yeah.
maybe you
I'm on a
shouldn't be
date.
talking to us.
Yeah. I'm surprised it didn't go over as well. This is definitely a thing. Or your waitress who like was constantly by your table and it's like, well, we're trying to.
if you
The waitress is
the way you
Yeah.
phrased it originally, I was just like, I don't know if this has happened to me that much. It's
Yeah.
happened to me as we go through. It makes more sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're up, Chief.
This hasn't happened to me in damn near a decade, probably. But when you're out and you're having a great time and you're just like, you're out at the bar and then it's last call and the lights come on. Like it is designed to kill the vibes. Like everyone, hey, it's time to go home. So you're having a great time. You're not ready to leave, but the bar insists that you leave. So lights on at the end of the night.
It's doing its job though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it does kill your vibe.
But that is I love that pick because factually the point of it is to kill the vibe.
Yeah.
That is why they do it. Yeah, love that pick.
Really good pick.
Yeah.
Especially at, I don't know, Annika's age or in college or whatever.
Yes.
The worst thing that ever happened. At my current, there's a 0.0% chance that I see a last
Yeah,
call
like I
in
said, it
Chicago
hasn't
these
happened to me in
days.
probably 10 years.
Right.
But
But it does.
Pre-pandemic, maybe for me. And
during the pandemic.
Aren't Chicago bars?
You were kind of a wild boy during the pandemic.
Saturdays, some can
we
be.
couldn't go out during the pandemic.
How do you?
I feel like you were out.
5 a.m. bars too.
Yeah.
How?
I don't know.
How,
Every
Annika?
licenses.
How do you stay out till
It's
4
a
in the morning?
tavern life.
Cocaine.
What do you? Yeah, but what do you do the next day? Are you asleep till 2?
You're on your deathbed. Yeah, it fucking sucks the next day.
Even
You
when
just
I was
tweet
in
your
that
food
stage of
order.
my life, I couldn't sleep in past like 8 a.m.
Yeah, that's my problem. Is when I drink, it's
Same.
like the earlier I
Yeah,
wake up.
that's
and then I feel
if I get
dead.
fucking hammered, I'm up at 6 and like moving.
Then you gotta need a shower nap before you know it.
Yeah.
I'll poke another hole in this pick. Sometimes it's not a vibe killer. Sometimes it's a moment of self-reflection.
Sure.
That bro, if that's not a vibe killer, I don't know what is.
If you're self-reflecting at 2
that
a.m.,
kills your vibe.
I had
Have you ever had a self-reflection like, I'm doing great?
me and my friends, we had the lights turn on at us at 4 a.m. at a bowling alley. And that was like, what the fuck are we doing here? It's a bowling alley.
Sounds like a fun
How
time.
long
It
ago?
was a good time.
Were you trying,
this-
to bowl a perfect game or something?
Probably in like 2019.
Yeah.
No, we
Wasn't
played a
prep.
few games, then we migrated to the bowling alley bar. And like soon enough, they're
of a
like
sudden,
mopping the lanes.
You know who's kind of a vibe killer?
Who?
It's your guy.
He's my next pick, you motherfucker.
Take it.
Lucas. I was gonna say. No, I'm not putting. I got some. It's literally at the top of my list is Lucas because do you remember the Bowl of 300 stream?
Yeah.
First of all, we're bowling. Second of all, bowling's fun, and Lucas is back there. Make sure you get the permission slip signed. Bend down when the other person is like, dude, chill the fuck out. I told him today I was picking him.
Are you taking him?
No, I want to choose something else.
Oh, you're not taking him?
I have something else I want to pick.
Okay.
go.
But Lucas was currently at the top of my list. I don't know. That's so specific. But yeah, he's a vibe killer.
Another round.
Yeah. So what's
And
your
I
pick?
think, is it my turn officially?
Yeah.
All right. I wanted to say this because I hate this, and I've been someone that's done it as well. Pulling out a cell phone during big moments. And my reason is this. If you look at, and this is an easy example, but if you look at the shot,
Yep.
Michael Jordan hits the game winner against the Cavs. I think it was 1989. Everyone is locked the fuck in and watching it. And you can say, I was at that moment and here's my ticket stub and all that. The most recent one, I think, would be LeBron broke Kareem's scoring record.
Yep.
You will not find one person in that photo that doesn't have their phone in front of their face. I think that sucks, and I'm embarrassed to have done it. If you go to a Cubs game right now and you're about to see strike 3 in the bottom of the 9th inning, people are holding out their phones. What do you do with those videos? What do you do with videos
Instagram,
of
go Cubs,
fireworks?
go.
What do you do? Yeah,
You
I
heard
guess.
that a lot
They're
last
getting
week.
Shut up,
retweets.
Chief.
That's what it is.
But wouldn't you rather take in a game winner than have it on video? Because it's going to be on fucking TV in 2 seconds anyways.
While I agree, I don't really know where the vibe was killed.
I think, unless I'm explaining this poorly, I think the vibes of taking in a huge sports moment are immaculate, and you going like this takes away from it.
I believe maybe it's probably because I'm a 23-year-old girl who's grown up with a phone, But like, I think it's very easy to like one hand hold your phone like this, but you can also watch and be in the moment at the same time. But that could be because I've grown up with social media.
I've realized I'm not like that, and I realize sometimes I regret taking the video because I'm like, I kind of missed that.
You just delete it.
Yeah.
And it's like there is something, especially if it's like the LeBron thing. I don't know. Maybe this is my own thing. I don't really care about that. But imagine like you're at a game and it's overtime, and it's like that game winner that or like hockey's sudden death, like, and you can't even like hug and celebrate and do it because you're like got your like be in the. I'm with you on. I don't know if it kills the vibe.
I just wish I did. Like even big games, you have the goosebumps.
I feel obligated to have my phone out of games.
Your
a lot of
team's
times.
running out of the tunnel, and you're like trying to get Ohio State running out. It's like, dude, why don't you like embrace the moment? And I do the same. So.
Yeah, we're all guilty of it. I kind of like the Lucas pick.
I do think that us personally, it's more acceptable because that is kind of our job. But I do think if you're just going and like you're not really in this game, like just post your picture, let the people know you're there.
Yeah.
And if something great happens, they'll know you were there. You don't need to.
And you can always do like the walking out video if it's our job. Yeah.
Yeah. But if you're at LeBron's game, they'll know you're there. You don't have to have that moment.
Yeah.
Later on.
Like that exact.
Yes, exactly. All right. Let's do honorable mentions. Annika, do you have anything left?
I have a few. Like leaving the Lucy's at home, eating with picky eaters, being too drunk. That's what I was going to say. Is like if you're too drunk, it's like, but the alternative is being too sober. What? You're looking at me.
Did you say picky eaters?
Yeah.
Like the
I think they totally killed the vibe.
I love
Great
that pick.
call.
That's
That
a
would've
great
been a
pick.
great call.
I think that's a really good
call.
pick.
Shit.
That would have been a really good
That would have
pick.
been an awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that would have been really good.
Yeah.
Bars too crowded, long lines, that type of thing are the rest of mine.
Yeah, you had some good honorable mentions.
Yeah.
I didn't know how to do this draft. This is what I was like. I'm either going to have a really great draft or a really shitty draft because mine are so all over the board.
I think yours is very good.
Oh, thanks.
Chief.
I prayers before holiday meals. So it's like, we're like my family is Catholic, but
would've been awesome.
But we only say grace like before Thanksgiving and Christmas. So it's like everybody makes their plate. You're ready to sit and eat, and it's like, no, wait, we got to stop and like say grace. That's a vibe killer. If you're at like a backyard party, this is more like a college thing, where it's like booze is gone. Like you're just tapped, and it's too late to order. I
had cops coming.
Yeah, something like that. I had a girl saying I have a boyfriend. So like
That would have been a good one.
yeah, it was between that and my lights on at the bar, which sometimes coincide. But it's like you think you're vibing, and then she drops that in the conversation. You're like, see you later. Break into glass. I don't know if you've ever done that at a party. I was at like a fancy New Year's Eve party one year, and it was my first drink, and I like knocked it off, and it like shattered. It was a champagne flute, and everyone's like, "Are you hammered?" I'm like, "No, I'm not hammered. Like I'm clumsy, but I'm not hammered." So, but then it's just like, that's like every conversation stops. You hear that glass break, and you're just like, "Fuck,
damn it."
Gary Bettman, commissioner of the NHL. Every time he comes on screen, everybody starts booing, and he just like.
I think that's electric. I love the
You love Bettman, or you love the booing. You love the booing of Bettman. That's basically it.
Tate.
Have you guys ever gone on a sports trip and your team lost? I think that's
all the time.
Like,
Yeah,
it sucks. It's
three
like
times last year.
I flew to England with Smokes, who I had another Smokes related pick that I didn't mention, but it was like they gave a goal in 94th minute and they lost 1-0. Like
That was
that,
awesome.
Well,
that sucked.
That was awesome.
I'd rather do that than like my buddies did a trip where Ohio State played Clemson in the playoff and we lost 31-0. Thanks for coming. Out of an ingredient at Chipotle, I think sucks. Like if you're
like
missing
that, yeah.
one ingredient, it's like, wait, I don't love this anymore.
My bowl is not complete.
Resident assistants, RAs in college, they fucking suck.
Oh yeah,
That's their job.
If you've ever like picked up your food and like spilled it, like spilled your, like dropped your pizza or whatever, I think that sucks. Other team scoring in the top of the first inning sucks when you've been hanging out all day and then you're already down 3-0. And the final one, this is more just like someone that sucks, but have you guys ever been around, like you're watching a Bears game and you guys are all cheering for the Bears and there's the one non-sporty guy, the person that yells sports. People that
actually yell
Have
sports?
you ever been around someone that yells sports?
Yes, I know who you're talking
Like,
about.
yay, sports! It's like, shut the fuck up.
Shut
Every
up.
single one of us cares about this.
Yeah.
I hate that guy.
Sports! I hate him.
Yeah. That or a cousin of that is when it is like a big game and you have someone who is now paying attention and acting like a super fan.
Yes.
Yep.
Don't know like you don't know the players. You're just like you're there for the vibe because it's like a community thing, but like you're ruining it because you don't really care, but you're cheering the loudest and at like the wrong times. That drives me fucking crazy.
The worst because they don't feel the opposite side of it. Like they can get all pumped up for when the
But they lose
Chicago
that
go
on the next bar.
Yeah, they don't care.
I have to say this just because it's the most relatable thing. I remember that we went to Ohio State and we played Michigan State in a huge basketball game. And this guy who did not give a fuck became the biggest fan of all time. We lost the jump ball. And he's like, oh! Like, whoa, 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 whoa. Like, we missed the first shot. He's like, fuck!
No, that's bad. That's like I love you, man. Like you're trying to make friends, and you just like.
Me and my buddies talk about that exact story. Oh, it's like every shot, make or miss.
Like I'll let you know when it's bad.
We go up 2-0. He's like, defense. Like, whoa, 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 whoa.
Take it easy, guy.
Yeah. David?
That's funny. Yeah, what do you got, Dave?
Someone who's not drinking at all at the party. Someone who's insanely competitive in pickup sports like pool basketball, pickup basketball, if you will. Doesn't matter. Softball, maybe, Ed. And then I had terrorist attacks.
Yeah, those kill the vibe.
I would say that, yeah.
Yeah.
And they actually kill people too.
Yeah. I mean,
Like
they're
I'm just
deadly.
trying to fly to LA right now.
Yeah, goddamn.
Talk about a vibe killer.
Yeah. It's kind of killed the whole vibe of this podcast.
When,
I don't know
this guy
if that
doing?
would have been a really good pick or a really terrible
like if you would have said
pick.
when the plane you're on crashes.
That's why I saved
building.
it. Yeah, when
What are
the
you
plane
talking
you're on heading, you're going to a work trip in San Francisco and it crashes into a 110 story.
And the vibes are just gone.
Gonzo, fucking
Good pick.
So it was
Toasted
a nice day.
It was a
nice
beautiful day.
It was a nice
Yeah.
day.
Like 75 and sunny that
Really
day.
nice.
I just have two left. One is sometimes sometimes loud music irks me. Like
Preach.
loud music / live bands where they're not supposed to be. Like if it's like the bar's too small or something,
Yeah.
or if it's like a restaurant, and it's like I'm not feeling that.
Keep it in the background.
Yeah.
Give it a little.
Exactly.
I never want to like I don't like the clubs because they're too loud. And it's like I have to be able to like talk and like get my jokes across.
Yeah,
Like, but if it's like if I'm screaming over trying to have like a normal conversation, it sucks.
Yeah.
Me and my friends, once again, 23, love to go out. Me and my friends left a bar the other night because it was way too loud in there, like the music. So it begs the question, who is the target audience?
Who is that
this?
for? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good question.
I wonder. But it is for people because people do like.
Yeah.
I do think there's something about like if you hear it down the street, like think of it as like Nashville and you hear like the music coming out of the bar, like, oh, let's go in there. And then once you're in there, you're like, nah,
Yeah, I could see that.
it's a little much.
My other pick besides the blackjack one was just going to be a grumpy pit boss. That could you're doing well. Then it's like, let me check your ID. Let me.
Or the overly exuberant pit boss.
Yeah.
Like, bro, look at me. You think I'm counting
Exactly. Like it's just,
What are we
dude,
doing?
stop. Like we're just trying to have a good time here. You just slowed down the dice game.
Yep.
Killed the vibe.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna.
Crap said.
I do like craps, but it's still. I've played a bunch, and there are parts of it that are still confusing to me.
Yeah.
And I don't like that.
We should have a casino day.
I haven't been to one
always
in
in-
Arizona we went for a couple hours.
couple
but
hours.
beside that, I haven't been more than like a time or two in the last 5 years.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I don't know if they do it here, but in Arizona for frat formals, they would get people to come to the frat and do the casino night.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, they would pay. Yeah.
That is cool.
That's awesome.
All right, I'm gonna read them off, and then we'll vote someone out of here. Annika, home sports team losing, serious convo while high, someone who yucks your yum, when your ex walks in, screaming kids. White Sox Dave, the way too drunk person, diarrhea, bad weather, guy who brings his girlfriend to guys' night, bad music. Eddie, person who keeps bringing up politics. Traffic, random fourth and golf, bad etiquette in the blackjack table, chatty bartender. Chief, couples fighting, parents yelling, friends' parents yelling. instant replay, people trying to talk to you, lights on at last call. Tate, woke mob, taxes, no alcohol stadiums, holding penalties, pulling out cell phone at big moments. Write it on a blank text, write it on a piece of paper, whatever you want to do. It's kind of a hard one. I don't think anyone particularly did bad, in my opinion. Annika, who you got?
Eddie, I'm sorry. Just too many sports for me that I
That's fair.
don't know
That's
and I don't
valid.
relate to. That's it.
That's valid. Chief?
I voted for Tate.
Tate?
I vote for White Sox Dave.
Dave?
I voted for Tate.
I voted for Tate as well.
Sorry, Tate.
Yeah. Just because the woke mob, I don't really... They don't.
Your first two were tough.
They don't kill my vibe, I guess.
I hope you guys enjoy taxes and
Yeah.
It's got to be more taxes. It's got to be like an immediate like, oh fuck, now we got to deal with this.
David, I hope you win the next surviving Barstool for $250,000 and then I say, actually you're getting $160.
Dave,
I
hope you
I get it.
That's
I
fine.
understand.
Yeah, I'm pissy because I was on a win streak here and I like the draft and I'm not on the fucking draft.
Hey, that's good. Everyone gets a little sour when they get voted off. All right, Annika, thank you.
Thank you.
Tate, thank you.
Guys.
thank you.
That's the draft. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll see you then.